on the news at 11.
The celebration has begun here in Birmingham. We are getting ready to welcome a new baseball park. I'm Brian Somerville in Birmingham, and I'll have a live report coming up.
Plus, if legend has it, the forecast ahead will be more of spring or winter. Plus, about 13 hours remain for you to take part in the first ever Alabama Gives Day event.
And I'm Ashley Brand in the Weather Center. We have the cloudy sky. However, we also have the sun breaking through. It's turning into be a pretty nice day. In Inverness right now, the temperature is 60 degrees. We're still going to warm things up. I'll have your forecast coming up. The news at 11 starts now.
Live from Alabama's news leader, this is ABC 3340 News at 11.
And welcome into the news at 11. I'm Linda Mays. Thank you for joining us. If you build it, they will come. Birmingham City leaders hope that saying holds true as the Magic City moves forward with building a baseball stadium. ABC 3340's Brian Somerville joins us now from downtown Birmingham. And Brian, there's quite a party underway, I understand, right now.
Linda, this is one of those days when I'm out on a story I just never want to come home. This is the celebration kickoff for the new Birmingham Barons Stadium. A long time coming. A lot of people probably thought it would never come to this area. Joining me right now, the man behind all of this, Mayor William Bell. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. This was, in fact, a pipe dream at one time.
Many people thought it was a pipe dream, but working with the Logans and their efforts, along with so many other people, we were able to pull this together within the last 2 years. And a lot of people thought it would never happen, but here we are today with a street festival to celebrate the beginning of construction for this major venue here in the city of Birmingham.
And I know that we have many local high school, middle school, college baseball teams here today. There are games to be played. I want to challenge you on the speed pitch in a little bit. But what does it mean to see this community support behind this?
Well, it shows that there is support. You know, some people question whether or not the community wanted to see something like this built. And you know, initially it was thought, well, just the business community. But there are so many other elements that had to come together to make this a reality. From the high school, college teams that you mentioned, this will revitalize baseball throughout our metropolitan area because it is our plans to make sure that this is a stadium that everyone will have ownership in.
I know right now Birmingham is going through a lot. You have the ballpark, you have the Westin Hotel, you have the entertainment district. Some people might argue that Birmingham is trying to do too much too soon. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm saying we're not doing enough. You know, one thing that we're trying to do during this down economic time is to spur jobs and to create activity that will get money to circulate in this community. When you talk to the people who are going to be building this stadium, the jobs are needed. When you talk about the impact that it will have on this entire area, it will create jobs and bring more businesses down to what once was a warehouse district.
And I also wanted to ask you about, I know that in your State of the City address, you had also mentioned the possibility of a dome sometime in Birmingham's future. Yet still we're unsure about who's going to play here. Would this dome also be something that UAB could use?
It could possibly be something that UAB would use, and we're going to have those discussions as well. It's not dependent upon any one sports entity to use it, but it is needed to invite more conferences and conventions here. Whether or not we have a sports venue located in that facility, that's only 10 to 12 days out of the year. We got to figure out what we're going to do with the other 350 days. So.
But certainly a big step in the right direction with this ball field here today. We have waited so long. I know you have waited so long for this to happen. I'm going to challenge him to a speed pitch thing. Oh, I might get a jersey. I don't know how to deal. We'll have more coming up at 11:30. For now, reporting live in Birmingham, Brian Somerville, ABC 3340.
Thank you, Brian. According to Birmingham Bill, the Birmingham Zoo's groundhog, we will have 6 more weeks of winter. He saw his shadow this morning. It looks like he's clapping there. His prediction is in line with that of Pennsylvania's Punxsutawney Phil. Well, it's time to give Alabama. Today is Alabama Gives Day, and it's your opportunity to support your favorite nonprofit organizations. The 24-hour online drive began at midnight, and here's how it works. All of you have to do is to log on to alabamagivesday.com. The site has a list of all involved nonprofits. It's broken down into areas of interest to help you better choose which nonprofit to donate to. Now, there are some 800 nonprofits involved in Alabama Gives Day. Nonprofits across the state are doing anything to get the attention of possible donors. An Elvis impersonator performed outside the Starbucks in Alabaster on behalf of Safe House of Shelby County. He was out there to give customers more information about Safe House and to ask for their kind donation. Federal money is now available to individuals and businesses impacted by tornadoes last Monday. They will get help from the federal government to rebuild. President Barack Obama approved a federal disaster declaration for both storm-ravaged Jefferson and Chilton counties. Governor Robert Bentley applied for the assistance last week. Business owners say that they need the assistance to get back up and running.
Every little bit helps, especially in the cost of rebuilding. We want to stay in the area, and we don't want to move, but any kind of financial help is always thankful for whatever we get.
Assistance includes grants for temporary housing and home repairs and low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses. Storm survivors who are interested in applying for assistance can contact FEMA at 1-800-621-FEMA. You can also log on to their website. It's FEMA's website. You can get a link on abc3340.com. Red Cross shelters opened immediately after the storms are beginning to close. First Baptist Church of Centerpoint will close its shelter Friday afternoon at 1:30. The Red Cross will continue to provide disaster-related services for people still in need. We have an update now in the killing of 5 men in Inslee. Police have arrested a second suspect, 16-year-old Artavius Underwood. He faces 5 counts of capital murder for the deaths of Ronnie and Charles Render, Demetrius Sanford, Jeffrey Davis Jr., and Jonathan Sanchez. His arrest comes one day after police arrested 17-year-old Rashad Stoves. He also faces 5 counts of capital murder. Community members held an emotional prayer vigil Wednesday evening. Close to 100 activists, friends, and family members gathered to mourn the 5 lives lost.
When you kill somebody, you're just not killing that person. You're killing everybody, the whole family.
No word yet on funeral arrangements for the 5 victims. Former Governor Don Sigeman is taking his appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The appeal filed Wednesday suggests Sigeman was convicted of actions that were not crimes. His attorney questions whether Sigeman's actions surrounding campaign contributions were truly corruption. The appeal says that he hopes to clarify for all candidates for public office whether a campaign contribution can be used as a bribe. We turn now to meteorologist Ashley Brand for a check on this Thursday's forecast.
We're starting to see some sun, and that's been really nice. A very good addition. Let's take a look at our sky cam, and we're looking at Jasper. A nice blue sky there. Still some clouds dotting the sky, and some of the clouds are still a little bit thicker at times in some locations. 61 degrees in Jasper, the dew point at 53, and the winds out of the east at 6 miles per hour really is turning out to be a pretty nice day. Now, there is the cloud cover across the state, and you'll see a pretty thick band of clouds stretching from Pickens County through most of Tuscaloosa County, even into Jefferson and even to Shelby counties. But you get a little farther east of there and the clouds do begin to thin out a little bit in some spots where we've got the full sunshine. So we're going to add that sun. We will have some more clouds back in here tomorrow, and we'll have to increase the rain chances for the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
I have to tell you, I was driving in. I had to put my glasses on because the sun came out.
Yep.
Less than 2 minutes later, clouds. I took them off. Exactly.
One of those days.
That's funny. Thank you so much, Ashley. Well, still to come on the news at 11, the Susan G. Komen Foundation stops funding to one organization that performed breast exams, plus a prestigious invitation for Jefferson County's schools art program. We'll tell you more about it. We'll have more. Actually, right now, we have breaking news to tell you about. Right now, Mormon Jordan High School in Jefferson County is on lockdown due to police activity. At this time, that's all of the information we have, but we do have a crew on the scene, and we'll update you as new information comes into us. We'll pass it along to you. We'll have more top stories and a forecast. Check it on forecast coming.